Good evening. So, we're actually all pitched up. We drove up from Edinburgh tonight to get ourselves to past Braemar, and we are, where are we right now, Michael?
Just about 2 miles.
He's just fixing the kettle.
Stopping, turning off the stove. Right, so we're about 2 miles past the car park for Linn of D, which is in the Cairngorms, just past Braemar, as Liam said. We're aiming to do 2 munros tomorrow.
19.5 miles tomorrow, and everywhere in the Cairngorms, for those who have done munros here, you know that it's quite common to get the bikes on the go, but we're not in that situation where we're going to take the bikes. So new car, not got the rack yet and stuff, so we're going to hit it with the legs, and yeah, we're going to hit it with the legs. Morning. So we're just setting off. This is slightly late for us. Normally we're up and about at 6 AM and away by 7 and all that kind of thing if it's a post camp. So we camped last night. Basically we are setting off now on a 19.5 mile route to bag 2 summits.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 miles was familiar territory. We've done this before. We bagged Cairngorm a few years back. So today we're aiming at Derry Cairngorm and Beinn.
Yep, so they're the 2 we're going to hit, but it's going to be a long day. Normally like 10, 11 hours if you're just steadily going, but we started late because last night it said that the mist and fog would go away by 1 o'clock, 2 PM, which is when we would maybe be steadily at the summit, get some views, but we checked this morning and it's changed, so looks like it'll be a foggy and misty day for the 4th hike on the bounce. But for those that know that things change literally every hour, so we might be lucky. But anyway, we're off.
Okay, so as you can see, we're just making our way down the glen. It's absolutely roasting somehow. It's calm, there's no real wind. It's cloudy up the tops. You might not make it out, but it is cloudy along the tops. I think that might be Cairngorm. It's meant to be snowing up there, but it's not going to be too bad, I wouldn't have thought. It's the end, for the end of April. I would imagine it's just going to be a light amount, but from what I can see, there isn't anything up there. I did see Beinn Nevis on a camera last night. Somebody posted it on Facebook and it had a sprinkle on the top. So Derry Cairngorm and Mheadhion are both over 1100 metres, but they're not up at 1300, so whatever's on Nevis is a couple of hundred metres higher. But as for here, it's not a bad morning.
So, path in, it's going to be a good couple of hours on this for sure, on a 19.5 mile route, most of the routes going in and out. Quite interesting in the Cairngorms because it's actually the most extensive land with different variation outside Arctic Canada basically, so a huge region. So it's quite, that's why it's so massive with huge walk-ins, that the extension of this land is crazy. So yeah, it's something that we've got to cherish. I mean, you could cycle in on this, but a few years ago we done this walking in as a group of 4, and we fair enjoyed it. It was tiring by the time you've done it all, but it's actually a nice enough day for it, so we don't mind, but we'll plod on. Still early days. Okay, so certainly done a fair bit of mileage to get from the car park to here. Just behind me is Derry Lodge. There's a little cabin house down there. The reason we've stopped and Michael's having a wee look is because this is where the turn off is. So we'll see where the turn off is and then we will plough on with that. But yeah, it's the first stop at Derry Lodge. So just bent round obviously past the cabin, and there's a route that way or there's a route this way, so we're just checking the GPS to see if we're heading up that way or that way. But I've got a funny feeling it might be up here. They might not be our summits, we'll need to check. I think they might be though, but there's a river there and it looks like he's made his choice. So here we go.
Right, up and over the bridge, just trying to figure out the navigation so we go to the right mountains and not the other ones. I think it's the left side path that we want, but we'll just check that in a moment.
Well, you've been asking for me. What is it you've got to say, mate?
Right, I've come to the conclusion. See, after it's taken me 15 years of friendship to work this out,
right,
I don't like you anymore.
Fuck off. Why?
I love you, mate.
Yay! Jesus.
Did I get you a fright?
Aye, Jesus.
Aye.
Put my best here. Patch me, mate. No way.
I'll leave you here in the Cairngorm.
Aye.
No.
Anyway, without digressing on Michael's.
Vibes t-shirts are out.
Right, okay, so without digressing onto Michael's comment that got my heart stopped, I love you too, mate. So tell me, mate, what's happening here? Right, so that's what we're...
Left Derry Lodge. Speaking to the camera actually, we've left Derry Lodge about 10 minutes ago and now we're just climbing our way through this deciduous forest. So yeah, we're just following this wee narrow path, bashing through to heather a wee bit to get to, there's a peak up there and then we work our way along.
Right, let's
I'd
do
like
that
to be able
then.
to see how many peaks we actually have before we get to the one we're aiming at.
I know.
We only have 2 or 3.
Probably a few blind summits is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Right, let's do it then.
Right.
What's your name?
Tony!
Fuck you, Tony.
What's your name?
Ezekiel.
Fuck you, Ezekiel!
You know what I did last night?
Don't you bring my mother into this!
I built a fire.
Oh,
And then I fucked your mother next to it.
Just got several hundred metres up and just spotted that. Fair chunk of landed snow over there. There's the river meandering along. You can see the lodge slightly in the distance. Bit of a scramble up here. But yeah, getting there. Following this gravel trail path that should just keep going straight and round, meander up the back of that. We're not actually going that way over that ridge. Our summit's probably over there. And actually having a wee stop looking at that snow over there. I mean, for the Cairngorms, people were up here as early as 1890s coming up to ski. And then in the 1950s they actually had a designated ski centre, no doubt nowhere near as developed as what we have today. But yeah, that's a really long time for people to be coming up here to ski. But of course, there was people like us hiking way earlier than that as well. So, but yes, we're on the move. Michael?
yep. On the move. Nice, ambling, gentle path actually, to be fair. It's good that we've got a path. I think we're heading up there, you can see the scar bit along the ridge. couple of bumps behind that one. So one of them is going to be our first summit. Or it's further along into the snowy peak.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
One or the other. Alright.
Hey.
Little awkward shaped tripod, forgot to bring it. So we're just sitting underneath the summit of Derry Cairngorm. I think we've maybe got 50 to 70 metres of ascent left to do.
So yeah, we reckon that we'll be up to the first one. There's a blind summit before it, but we reckon we should be about half an hour, get to the first cairn.
Exactly. And then, yeah, so we've just stopped for a bite to eat. I thought I'd give that Y Foods thing a try, so I've had half a bottle of that, William.
Yeah, I've got a carton of grapes on me, and I also just had a wee bit of a fruit winder, like a big child that I am. Like Kellogg's fruit winder, but nice and sweet, so anything that's like sugary at this stage will get you up the push, you know.
You need the hit just for the energy to get up that last wee bit when the legs start to hurt a little bit.
But actually, this is like the first time in like 3 trips that we've not had like crazy wind and horrible gales.
Yeah, this
like,
has been the most enjoyable trip we've had in a long time.
So we're actually like sitting on like just off the gravel path that we've been following, and this, we must be about 1,000 metres and maybe even more, and you wouldn't think there was any wind. So that's a first since probably like last autumn.
Yep, absolutely. Considering what we were looking at if we'd gone to the west, which was our original plan, we were looking at 40, 50 mile an hour gusts. Here, lucky we've got 5.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll plough on. But yeah, this was our little, I suppose you could call it lunch stop, but it's just a fuel up and a wee check in with you guys whilst we were sitting.
Yep. See you in a bit. Into the snow line. It's not massive, but it's still better than nothing. First time we've had landed snow on the ground to any kind of level of quantity since February 2024 on any of our trips. That's a long time, especially considering we've had a winter in between. So, yeah, this is fun. Wet, sodden mess. Up into the clag.
Pretty windy up here, so been a wee while since we said where we were. So yeah, we're looking down at Loch Etchican, which was like that size last time we zoomed in on it. So we went down a bit of a rock kind of scramble, you know, it's a bit of a plateau in the middle, came back up again, and then we're going down again. So we're going to go down there, and then hopefully up there is our second summit up and over that way. So if we can get, so yeah, it shouldn't be too long. Hopefully we get to the summit in the next hour, and then obviously it's like a 3.5 hour walk out or whatever, but we'll see. Michael, enjoying yourself? Yeah, well, that's where we're going, so here we go.
Let's go.
fast river here. We're going to do this river crossing to get us up to the last ascent. That's not the cairn up there obviously, but in regards to getting over, we've hopped enough boulders today, so we'll just give this a shot as well. Boom, sorted. We're right down at lock level now. Skink up there. Anyway.
What do you reckon lock level is?
I mean, lock level, I mean, we are currently, God knows how many metres, well over, well, we've dropped down a bit, so maybe 1,000.
Yes, this is the highest one in the country, 3,000 metres, so it's 900 metres high. 900
metres up, yeah.
So we've got a couple of hundred metres to go to get to the next summit.
A couple of 100 metres to that summit, he's saying. He's a wee bit vague because he's behind me, but looks like we're going up here around the back of that, maybe up and over, but I think it's actually that way and round. This is really pretty actually. If we hadn't had a wee break recently, then we'd probably have stopped here for a nice wee rest. But not long to go hopefully, not in regards to hours, but before we hit number 2.
Right, finally, after a lot of hard work, perseverance, we're just approaching, the final rise to the summit cairn. So all of these stones are on the top of this hill, Mheadhion, or tors as they're called. There's one, you might be able to pick it out, it's that one is the biggest one. So therefore that's the one we need to get up to claim the summit. So we'll just get to it. Yeah, so we'll just get to it. If I see another boulder today, I'm going to be... I don't know what I'll do. Still got a lot to do. Anyway, we'll be at the summit in 5 minutes, and then we'll get the pictures, and a wee video, and then we can get back down to Mheadhion, where we can get the path back out into the glen. Okie dokie.
Top of Beinn. The summit's just a massive cliff the size of a house basically, in fact maybe 2 houses on top of each other. There's Michael down there waiting for me, he's already done it. A long way back, but 2 done. Not checked in for a bit, but we've dropped a bit further down because it was bloody freezing, and so of course getting into the evening now. So we're just following the stream, river should I say. So we've descended down a fair chunk, and we're out the snow, and yay, we've bagged both of them. So mission accomplished, but of course there's probably a good 2.5-3 hour walk out depending on pace and stuff. So but yeah, we've touched both today, that was good. So we're happy with that, and hopefully by the next few hours, let's play it safe, we should be keep descending down round this trail path, and of course it's a long walk back to Derry Lodge. But yeah, we came up from up there and along, etc. Can't really see much what we've just tackled really, but yeah, we'll just keep plodding down, and then we'll let you know what's going on. Get on up when you're down, baby. Take a good look around. I know it's not much, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. All the bees and birds are flying on.
Right, quick video, because we have now reached Derry Lodge.
That's us basically connected onto, for the very first time, a place that we were familiar with, that we seen when we came in.
Yeah, so we were here within about an hour or so of starting our walk, so hopefully that means we've got about an hour of walking to do.
Yeah, because this is like a loop kind of route, so this is the first time like we would have seen something that we've not, like, you know, we've already seen before.
Yeah.
So that's why we're checking in with you, because we're actually back to pretty much like a specific marker for us to say, look, all you've got is the route out now.
Exactly. So you guys will have already seen this part, so we'll see you at the car.
Yeah, no need for that. Basically, just before it's just to check in before it gets dark, because we're going to try and get to the car before that, but we're currently in dusk and doing well.
Cool.